Okay, welcome to episode 4 of the Seattle Kraken. So far, we have gone through the expansion draft, we have gone through the entry draft, we've gone through contract re-signing, we've gone through most of what we're going to do in free agency. I wanted to dedicate a video just to creating the first lines in Seattle Kraken history, at least in this universe. There's one thing I wanted to do real quick, though, just to kind of show it off. And that is the trades in this game. I did a couple of trades in the last video and in the entry draft video, but I never really talked a whole lot about the draft system and how it could help Madden. That's kind of where a lot of this focus on this series is on how these concepts and how these things could help Madden. While still having fun with just doing a franchise, just showing how the NHL franchise as a whole runs and how interactions in it could help Madden. And I wanted to do the trade option just to kind of shut off real quick. First off, if you've played Madden and you're playing this, you probably look and see 5 as the number up here. And that's because that's the number of pieces you can have in a trade. In Madden, you can only have 3. Another thing you can do in this game is you can actually have, depending on your trade block, you can have certain individuals already ready to go. You can have a list of them. You can have goalies that match the block. And draft picks, this is the last thing I wanted to show off. This is not going to be long. I didn't want to take too much time because I want to get to the line generation and show chemistry and things of that nature. But take a look. We got 2021. That's standard fare. That's next year's draft. I got a bunch of picks in rounds 5, 6, and 5 and 6 mainly. Mainly 5. I got two. No, let's see. Oh, I got 2 picks each in rounds 2. I got 3 in round 2. That's really good. I got 3 in round 3. I got 2 in round 4, 2 5s, and 2 6s, and a 7. And then I have the following year's draft, which, again, that's standard fare if you are familiar with Madden. Here's where, if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see I am halfway down the list. I can trade 2023, which is technically 3 years away. I can trade 2024, which is 4 years away. Oh, I can still go 2025, 5 years away. Can I go any further? 6 years away. I can go up to 7, basically up to 7 drafts ahead as far as picks go. So the ability to trade picks way off in the future would be ideal. I don't think you'd need it in Madden that far out ahead, but I wanted to show it just to kind of give you an idea of the amount of depth you can have as far as making trades and things of that nature. So, and obviously I can come on the other side and do the same thing with the whatever team I'm trading with. This just happens to be the Ducks because the Ducks are the first alphabetical team on the list. So it's not a huge deal, but I just want to show that off real quick and show that, yes, you can add up to 5 pieces to a trade. I'm pretty much done with free agency. I finished that up in the last video. So the thing I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to go ahead and hit send to next season, because that'll get us to the point where we can create our first lines, and I can show you where all the mad scientist work has gone into creating a player or creating a team, and show off the actual chemistries of the players and kind of describe how everything works together, especially if you're not familiar with this system. So we're just going to send to next season. We're probably going to have some trade interruptions. I probably could go ahead and eliminate that by editing my trade block and just deleting everything. Oh, okay. I don't have anything specific. I just have surpluses, and once I'll just live with it. I would just basically decline every trade that comes through. Hopefully they'll stop after a while, because I don't want to trade anybody. I'm not looking to trade any of my players right now, even though they seem to think I am because of the surplus issue. We're just going to keep on going. There's really nothing, unless they throw something I just can't refuse at me. No, I need the cap space right now. No. Nope, Steven Johns I want to keep. Especially considering he retired in real life, apparently. I saw a tweet from Steven Johns where he retired, so he won't retire in this universe, baby. We'll give him 3 years. Let's see. Nope. That's a lot for a 3rd round pick. And finally, here we go. I think I might have got past there. Okay, so every year when you get to the point right before the preseason starts, You have the option to always do this. You have always the option to set your lines, set your captains. I'm going to edit lines first because I want to make sure the players I want to keep up are here and the players that are down are here. I do not need head coach help. I do not need assistance here. So let's do this first. Who is here? We got Dowd and Ingval here. Let me go ahead and get my roster moves done. So this is where I can come in and I actually ship guys from the NHL to the AHL. I am going to look at centers first because I know we need Sorelli, we need Henrique, we need Cheidel, Zaka, Sundquist. Glenn Denning is a guy that's going to go down. Dowd is going to stay up. So left wingers, and I can send up to 3 at a time if I hit the square button to multi-select. I can send up to 3 up or down at a time. I'm going to send Ingval down. Right? Was Ingval going to go down? Or was he staying up here? 1 second. I got to open up my magic line list because I need to look at that real quick to make sure I do everybody or set everybody up right. At least in the NHL and AHL, and then we'll dink with lines later. I want to make sure I got everybody I want up here. Come on. Load up, please. Thank you. All right. So we're not keeping Smith up here. We're going to sing Ingval down. We're going to keep Jankowski up. Anybody in the system that we want to call up? No, Hunt wasn't a guy. Center-wise, did I have anybody in the system? I want Jujar Kyra. No, he can be down there in the system. Those guys are fine. Only 3 of them, though. I may have to get an extra centerman. Left wingers, yeah, all are fine. Right wingers. Simon's going to be a bench player up here at the top. I remember that. NHL. Everybody is good here. So Anderson, Neal, and Hinostroza. 6. I got 6 in the NHL. I need a 7th. So we got to call somebody up. It's going to be Jordy Ben. Who's going to be my 7th defenseman. And I believe goalies. Let me look at goalies real quick. Holtby and Hill. Ingram, Darling, and Rodrigo. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to hit X to go ahead and finish the moves. Get everybody sent the way they're supposed to. And then we'll make sure we have everything we need. So now we can hit triangle to go to edit lines. I don't need to make any more roster moves, I don't think yet. And here's where the fun starts. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do best lines for the NHL. And what that does is that basically plugs in best players on best lines. However, if you see on the right-hand side, you'll see every player has this little 5 sets of checks and dashes and X's. And those are basically the tendencies of the player and what they like. And now, if I come down here, now I get more information. And this is information I only get once a player has signed with me and been with me at least long enough for me to plug him into a line. And those are those line fits. Now, what you see on screen right now, going from left to right, you've got the compatibility, which I'll kind of explain tied in with the next setups. You have player preference. These player preferences do not change. This is what they always want to do. You'll note the only one that's not there is the offensive strategy. For whatever reason, they don't list the player preference on offensive strategies. You have to kind of find that out when you're plugging them in lines. But then you have the coach. Now, the coach's preferences depends on what line the player is currently on. So if you look, you'll see balanced cycle, balanced block. Okay? And based on the player preference, carry is 1 step away from balance. Balance is like the midpoint. So carry is one of the 2 extremes. So that's a negative. So, or not a negative, that's a neutral. Okay? Then you have cycle shoot. Well, on the first line, cycle matches up coach and player. And then efficiency, energy bias, they're both balanced. So the coach wants a balance set up on line 1 and declares balance, so that's a green check mark. The bottom one, Duclair doesn't like to block shots. I don't blame him. He's 5'11", 197 pounds. I wouldn't want to get in front of big, heavy slap shots either. The current coach, though, wants him to block. So there is a definite discompatibility. This is an extreme marking because obviously it's do block, then there's balance, and then there's block. So this is basically opposite ends of the spectrum, so you see the red X. Now, I want to show I'm going to put him back, but I'm going to move Duclair to the second line, and I'm going to look at his profile again. And now you see The top is still the same. It's still yellow, but now we have a lot more reds and even some yellows and no more greens, because now the second line's preferences for that coach are balance, shoot, energy, block, and this player does not fit this profile at all. And if you need a quick snapshot of that, there's a nice little scheme fit bar on the right hand side that you can look at. It's actually right down here below me, way at the bottom. And so you can see line 1, he's pretty much a 3/4 fit. Line 2, he is barely a fit. Line 3, he is a little bit better. And line 4, he is at best maybe 50%. So it gives you an idea of a quick snapshot of the player. So this player is going to be best on the first line. And here in this screen, in the edit line screen, you have the offensive strategy, which is right about here somewhere below me, right there. At the bottom of that list, and you see it's a green check mark. So he likes the overload offensive strategy, because that's what this coach has on his first line, is overload. Now, Shirelli, I got him for second line, so I'm going to move him down. And as you can see, I don't know if you caught it, but I'm going to switch back real quick. You can see that green bar on the right-hand side of the line goes down whenever I put Shirelli there, but it stays up whenever Henrique gets there. And that's because Henrique has a better fit on that first line. I'll flip to it. His best fit is the first line, but he can still fit on the second line, but not as well. Third line is about half a match, and fourth line is a little bit below that. So as we drop him down the lines, he will get less and less well equipped with this coach as far as chemistry goes. Now I got to go back to my line scheme setup. This is why whenever I was going through, I was writing down what players matched what line chemistries, like forward line 1, forward line 2, things of that nature, because I want to do, dang, I couldn't pull a +3 out of it. Dang it. I was hoping I'd get a +3 out of that line. But the best I'm going to get is +1. So Zaka is going to play left wing here, even though he's got a good face-off ranking. And just to show him off, balance. So that means that on the 2 spots where the coach is also balanced, he's green. And on 2 spots where the coach is not balanced, he's yellow, because he's only 1 step off of what the coach wants. So therefore, it makes for a yellow setup. So a nice little balanced line here. I would have liked, I think that red for cycle shoot bias is what hurts. Okay, can I move? Okay, and another thing, just to kind of explain this real quick. I can actually, if I move a guy off of a line and I'm swapping players, you can see underneath my profile, you can see the player I'm moving, which is Philippe Cheidel. You can see basically his old line is on the left under his name, and his new line is on the right under his name. And Adam Henrique's current spot on the first line is on the left, and his third line spot is on the right. So you can see I'm not going to gain much of anything if I swap these two. So I'm going to leave it alone, and I believe that's going to be the best I'm going to get out of that line is a +1. Yep, that's the best I'm going to get out of that line is +1. So my second line, Beauvillier, Cirelli, and Josh Anderson. That line gets a +3. Okay, that's good. So let's look at Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson I knew was going to be a good second liner based on my pre-draft examination of him, or expansion draft information on him. Cirelli is really, really good on that second line. The only thing he doesn't match, I believe, is the don't block, because he is balanced and his coach wants him to block, and he doesn't want to do that. So he doesn't really want to do that. He'll do it, but he doesn't want to. And then Beauvillier, kind of same boat. He's best on that second line. So this second line has got enough check marks and no X's, and enough points basically spread across to bump it from +1 to +3. So now, this line, as long as they're together, Josh Anderson will play like an 84 overall. Cirelli will play like an 87 overall, and Beauvillier will play like an 85 overall. So really, this second line, chemistry-wise, will actually outperform my first line in theory, at least on paper, because of their chemistry ratings. Now, let's get down here. I'm going to let's see what Dowd had, because Dowd's good everywhere. Okay, I see what they mean by all forward lines for this guy. This guy is going to be a nice guy to have in the team. Even though he's 30 years old, he's going to be a real nice kind of plug-and-play player, because I can move him up and down this lineup, and while he's low overall, he's pretty good as far as from, you know, fitting a profile of, hey, I'll play wherever I need to, coach. Can I get a +1 with that? No. Okay, Jankowski doesn't need to be here. Who's scratched? Oh, did I forget somebody? I forgot somebody. Poopy. Options. Who did I forget? Go to roster moves. Yeah, no. Okay. The only problem with this system is that if you have a plugged-in hole missing, you have to fill it before you do anything else, and it will fuss and fight you until you do it. All right, so in the system, who am I missing? Austin Watson. I forgot to call him up. Okay, so Austin Watson is... Oh, was I going to bench Dowd? Oh, that kind of sucks. Who else was... I thought I was going to have somebody else up here. I felt like I was going to have somebody else up here. It wasn't going to be Glending, was it? Let me call up... Okay, that fulfills my requirements for skaters at 21. Okay, I don't care about the AHL right now. Just best lines the AHL. No, I wasn't done. Sometimes it can be quite aggravating setting your lines. Alright, let's see. Jankowski was not going to be here. It was going to be... Austin Watson was going to be here. And I think... Ooh, okay. So now you can see this would be a bad idea to move him up here because that's a -1. Oh, that's probably why. No? Okay, well, what's Hinostroza? Oh, he's 4th line. Okay. What if I do... Ooh. Okay, let's play around with this. Okay, center, right wing, center. Oh, everybody wants to be a right wing, but it's butthead. Okay, so we might have to do this and this. So our 2nd and 4th lines are going to be pretty good, but our... let's see, who's the best center face-off guy? 74? Okay, well, guess what? Dowd's going to take center. Hinostroza's going to play wing. Left wing out of position. And then Austin Watson's going to play here. James Neal's going to play here. That's not exactly the line I want, but it's the line I get. All right, so Austin Watson, he likes the bottom 6, and you can see by his line 3, line 4 positioning, he wouldn't be bad on line 2 from a chemistry standpoint, but he's also 77 overall. So I think I'm about as good as I'm going to get. What is the... He puts a red X, that's why. Because, yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. So I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, so that's our 4 lines we're going to throw out. Basically, these guys play a little bit above their overall. These guys play a good bit above their overall. These guys play at their overall, which could get kind of scary. And then these guys play at their 3 points above their overall, so that's pretty solid. So my 2nd and 4th lines are going to be my... Not necessarily scary lines because they're still low overalls, but they're going to be probably my better quality lines. My 3rd line I'm definitely worried about because that kind of scares me having a 70. Well, the 77 is the scary part. 81 and 80 I can live with. It's not a bad team. I mean, it's not a great team. Overall wise, it's an okay team. But the problem's going to be there's no top end talent. Sorelli is my best overall from the gate at 84, so 87 overall in my forward core as far as being the top player and not having a lot of scoring. This team will have to rely on its defense. So let's take a look-see at the defense. Taves, okay, let's look at Taves real quick. Taves could play either 1st or 3rd line. I'm going to put him on the 3rd line. I've kind of already penciled this in based on the count of the players and whatnot. What was your setup? You'd be best on line 1, but you play all 3. Then Carlo and Tanev, Gotha Spears. Ooh, that's what I like to see. I don't like to see that, though. Can I make that? No. No. We'll leave it like that. Okay, so our first line pairing, Shane Gotha Spear, offensive defenseman, 83 overall. Chris Tanev, 83 overall, defensive defenseman. This nets me a +5. So these guys will play like 88 overall. So suddenly, what looks on paper like a not very scary defensive tandem, because of their chemistry, liking the offense together, they're actually going to play well above their head in most simulation games and in games in general. So that's huge for me. Could I get the same thing? I could get the same thing with Steven Johns. So if I have an injury to Tanev, because if you remember, if you watch the live stream video where I drafted him, I was concerned about his durability at 74, and I'm still concerned about it because he's playing first line ice time. That scares me. But if he does go out, I do have a guy in Steven Johns that I can easily move up here, and yeah, I will lose some overall points, but I keep that +5 chemistry going, so essentially he would be playing as good with a +5 or better than Tanev would be without any boost at all. He'd be playing at an 84 overall, whereas Tanev with no boost would be an 83. Now, these guys in the middle, they're going to be the weak link defensive pairing wise because they are going to be playing at a 0. So they're playing just like their ratings indicate. So they're going to be a kind of a weaker setup. So that kind of worries me a little bit. But it's the best I can do because if I do this, as you can see, now I lose -2 overall, which would not be good with a team that's already got some low end overalls as it is. So I want to keep my chemistry up to make sure my guys are at least not playing below their potential. So that does it for the starting lineup, but we still got some stuff to do because we got special teams. So now we're going to look at special teams. We got the power play. This is the 5-man power play. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Declare up here where Beauvillier is. And you can see they've got carry dump bias. He doesn't like it, but he does fit the power play strategy. Does Henrique fit the power play strategy? I'm going to move Henrique up to the first line. Shane Gothisbeer fits it. Devin Taves I want to take out. Can I put Zaka in? Zaka doesn't give me any boost, but he does give me a big body, and I like big body. Because that's a power forward, that's a two-way forward, that's a sniper, and then you have a playmaker. So I'm playing with 4 forwards here and an offensive defenseman. So that's not going to be the greatest for defense, but on the power play, just to kind of explain some hockey. Power play is whenever you have at least one more player on the ice than your opponent does, and that's due to a penalty. So anytime you get a penalty in hockey, you get sent typically for 2 minutes to the penalty box, and you basically play a man short as the team that committed the penalty for those 2 minutes or more, depending on how severe the penalty is. You play shorthanded for those 2 minutes at minimum, and then there's a timekeeper that basically keeps the time, and essentially once those 2 minutes are up, they open the box and the guy comes out. Unless a goal is scored. If a goal is scored, unless it's in most cases, if a goal is scored, the power play ends immediately. There are certain penalties called major penalties where if you score, you can keep on scoring shorthanded because it's a major penalty, so it's serious. They don't bench you, or they don't put you back in. Okay, so let's see. Let me look at my list of players on defense because I need to see how many people I had that would do power play. Forbert could do power play. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll put Tanev back there on the second line power play. Let me find Tanev. I'm trying to find guys that have good chemistry. Ooh, that's really good chemistry. Can he? Nope. Okay. So we're going to do that. Josh Anderson. Let me put Josh Anderson up here because he's the better power forward. Zaka, Sorelli, Cheidel. Okay, Cheidel can come out. Let me put. What about real deal James Neal? Okay, he's nothing. Okay. Left wing. Beauvillier. Jankowski's benched. Okay, these are. Oof. I'm gonna be rough on the power forward. He's not gonna help any. Oh yeah, it does. He gives a power play strategy boost. What was Zaka's face off? 77? Let me take Zaka off and put... Is Beauvillier? Beauvillier's right here. Do I want to put... I could put 2 defensemen back here and just shorten up the forward core. It's going to be a 0 either way. I don't think I'm going to get even a +1 on that. So my power play is not going to be great. Do I have any forwards? I'd be... I know he's not going to work. Yeah, -1. Grinders are typically not guys you want to put on the power play. So Hinostroza is already on the first line. Dowd? What about Dowd? Dowd fits. I'll put Dowd on the power play as the face-off taker. So that way if we get an offensive zone face-off, he can take it. He's not great, but hopefully these guys can make him look good, especially Shirelli back here. Yeah, 88 speed. What's Beauvillier speed? 87. What's Oscar Sundquist? 83. Yeah, he's a big boy. So, do I want to put? Let me look and see. I kind of want to use James Neal if I can. Oh, that's not a. Okay, we'll flip this. We'll put Neal up there. Anderson down here. We'll see if James Neal can get some power play goals. If he can, I'll change that up because James Neal's kind of on the outside looking in on this one. All right, 4-man power play. Let's go Henrique, Hinostroza, and Declare. And then we're going to put Tanev. We're going to put Neal. Ooh, that bottom line is going to be horrible. Ooh, that bottom line is going to not be good. Man. Okay, -2 on the 4-man power play is not going to be great. Let's... Well, if I'm going to suck, let's just go ahead and suck all out here. Let's put 283s out there and let's just play some defense. Just see what we can do. Yeah. Tanev likes the power play though. That's kind of nice to see. But yeah, that's a garbage power play. Anybody? Can I? How about let me put Zoc. No. Jeez, man. Oh, it's brutal. Do I have Hinostroza? Okay, Hinostroza's up there. No Watson. Yeah, that's gonna be. That's gonna be the best I'm gonna get out of this, isn't it? Yeah, that's gonna be the best. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's take Henrique and move him down here. Let's move Zaka up here. And then we'll play Hinostroza, 74 face-offs. We'll play him there. Yeah, we'll play this way. Beauvillier. I'll take Taves out because I'll put Josh Anderson in. Is Josh Anderson in this first one? No. Okay. So we'll do that. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Penalty kill. Okay. Ooh, now here we go. Here we go. So we are definitely going to be a penalty killing team. That's always good to see. So I'm going to play Nick Dowd. I generally like to play my bottom 6 guys in the penalty kill. So I like having bottom 6 guys that can kill penalties because especially if they're guys that want to see a lot of ice time and I can't fit them in the top 6, I can throw them on the penalty kill if they're good at it and boom, I can instantly fix that problem. So like Henrique, Johns, and Carlo. Can I swap? Oh boy, I got... Let me try and take him out and put Taves in here. What does that do? Okay, still +3. Okay, good. I'm gonna fit that. I'm gonna take Cheidel out. How about James Neal? What about James? Nope, doesn't fit. And he drops the. What about not Josh Anderson, not Pavel Zacha, Beauvillier, no. Sundquist? How about Sundquist? Still a +1. Still doesn't like the penalty kill. Who has penalty kill likings here, forward wise? Do I have enough guys that like the PK? Nope. Okay, well, Beauvillier. I've already got Beauvillier. No, I don't. Put Beauvillier back out there. I don't care. Play them on the second line so they're not seeing as much ice time. Whoa, my gosh. +5. That's nice. What, can I move them up here? Oh. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Since it doesn't make a change, can I do that? Okay, no, I don't want to change that. I want to make this... So he's +3. He's +3. So that's an 81, 85, 83, 86. And down here I got 87, 82, 88, 86. Is that right? Yeah. So yeah, we're going to leave. I want to leave as many high-end guys at the top as I can to make this bump, make it more equal. So that's what I'm doing with swaps right now. Is essentially I'm trying to put on this +5 line. I'm trying to put the lower overalls where I can because I want them guys to basically be boosted up to these guys' numbers, and then these guys are already going to get like this is 86 right here. So these guys are going to be 85 and 86 as well. So essentially it's like no matter what line's out there on the penalty kill, you're getting guys that are in the mid 80s. So that's what I'm looking for. 3-man PK. We got Dowd, Forbert, Tanev. We got Watson. Can Watson take faceoffs? No, Watson cannot take faceoffs. So Watson's going to come out. Can't have Nick Dowd play both sides. Right wing. Can any of you take face-offs? Nope. Nope. Alright, so what about Shirelli? Can Shirelli makes it a 0, but he's also second line. How about Chidle? Let's put Chidle in there. Okay, and can we flip that? And then can we... No, I doubt we flip anything and make it... Yeah, okay. So we're going to leave it like this. 3-man penalty kill. If we get in this situation, they're going to score anyway. So I'm okay with this setup as far as lines. Extras. I don't typically mess with the extras unless I absolutely have to. This is basically 4-on-4. 3 lines of 4-on-4. 3-on-3 for overtime, which I believe this looks okay. Actually, let's do... What's Zaka's speed? 85. Let's put a fast guy with him. Declare Bovillier. Hinostroza. Hinostroza's pretty fast, right? 88. That's pretty fast. Okay, then we got Tanev, Carlo, Johns. No. Where's Gothaspear at? Gothaspear. And actually Devin Taves, because I want my best defenseman out there. Because chemistry doesn't affect these lines for whatever reason. I wish they did do that, but chemistry does not affect these lines. So the only lines that chemistry affects is your power play, both 5-man and 4-man, and your penalty kill, 4-man and 3-man, and then your lines, your 4 forward lines and your 3 defensive pairings. Extra attackers are Shirelli and nope, not Gothaspear. Let's put Bovillier out there. Bovillier. And let's put Chidle out there. There we go. Okay. Goalies are going to be Braden Holtby and Aiden Hill. Scratch players. These are guys that go in case of injury or just performance issues. We got Mark Jankowski, we've got Dominic Simon, and we've got Jordy Ben. So we got a veteran defenseman and 2 veteran players that can play wing, and this guy can play center. Both wings in a sniper spot here. Center and left wing here, and can take face-offs really well. So a guy who could maybe play the penalty kill down in the bottom 6. And that's pretty much it for this setup. And then if you accidentally forget a guy to put on a line, it'll have a no line spot. So if you forget to put a guy on the line but he's dressed, this will be where you look. Generally, if I ever have anybody here, I'm embarrassed. Now we go to the AHL. So AHL, I really wasn't looking to focus on all that much. We definitely want to move this around a little bit. Let's see. Move this. Really? Jujarka. 2 grinders. Okay, second line. Let's bump you up. Okay, do we have anybody that likes the 3rd line? Nope. Nope. Okay, here's somebody. You can play right wing. Boom. There we go. Bam. +1. Right now in the AHL, I'm shooting for chemistry. If they play a spot, I want to get chemistry for it. So left wing, left wing, Brendan Hagel. That's the best line he's got. LinkedIn Glenning. This is the best line he's got. Gabriel Bork. Best line he's got. Who have I got scratched? Darlene, Grachev. Okay, Grachev, what can he play? Ooh, second line. Yes, let's get him in. Let's get our youngster in. Grachev, this is our 6th overall pick from the draft. He is a playmaker. And yeah, he doesn't have the greatest stats, but I'm hoping maybe put him with these 2 guys. Maybe they'll boost him up a little bit. Pierre Ingvall. What's your face-off? 75. Giovanni Smith. Carter Ashton. 2 grinders. Oh man, I got a bunch of grinders down here in the AHL, man. Those are I got a physical team down here. Do I want to? Well, I don't want to swap for him. I want him to be able to do something. So yeah, we'll leave him alone. McCarron would be better on the 3rd line. What about Ingvall? Could he play the 4th line? No, not as good as McCarron does not like this line, but that's okay. He can just deal with it. Gaudin can play. Damn, 1st line. Jeez, okay. What is Hunt? Let's see Hunt. He's a better overall. I'd rather keep him down here. But that's a guy who can eventually move up, so that's good to know. You can play left wing. You play right wing or center. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll swap you. We'll put you here. 75 face-offs. We'll let you take face-offs. You can play left wing as a playmaker and take some face-offs in a pinch. And McCarron, you can take face-offs in a pinch. Okay, defense. Ooh, see, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay, So Dotchin, Hockenpah. Okay, Stanley, you're gonna have to move. What about Trotman? Let's come down here. Oh man, I just have a bunch of bad third defensive pairings. Defensive defenseman, defensive defenseman, defensive defenseman, defensive defenseman. Okay, that's why. I have a bunch of defensive defensemen. So, let's see. Who could I conceivably bench and for what? Summerby is... Oh, defensive defenseman. So, nope, never mind. Oh, shoot. Exited out. All right, back to AHL. So, let's look at our defensive pairings. And let's put the two better guys down here so that way they become worse. I know that sounds weird, but I'm gonna put guys down here that I'm not looking to grow. I want him to grow. I want him to grow. Hockenpah's right-handed. McDermott. Okay, that's a little less. Okay, that's a -2. That's actually not. That's I can live with that. So I'm gonna keep McCoshen and Hockenpah, Dotchin and Stanley and McDermott and Trotman, and we got a whole bunch of defensive defensemen. Not one offensive defenseman are in the bunch. Oh boy, and here we go with our... Okay, Grachev is there on the first line. Glendening. Oh boy, we have got a rough bunch of customers. All right, let's get let's... Oh man, okay. I want a playmaker up here, and Kine's a playmaker. Hagel's a playmaker down here. Two-way forward. I've got to get rid of one of these guys. The grinders are getting me, is what it boils down to. I'm gonna put McCoshen in, and Giovanni Smith, even though he matches the profile, I've got to take him out. Let's put McCarron in here. We need a power forward. Let's put a power forward up here. So we have sniper, playmaker, power forward, and then a two-way forward with a defensive defense. No, that's not a defensive defenseman. That's a forward. Oh, I need. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need a guy up here. Stat. Let's get Logan Stanley up here. Unfortunately, that takes away my plus though. Okay, so we have 2 defensemen, we have 4 forwards, and this is not a good power play because there's just nothing here. Let's go Gaulden and Grachev. And I'm going to get rid of Dryden Hunt and put Logan Stanley up here. Oh, boy. Actually, let's take Glendening out. Can I put Dryden Hunt up here? Is that a good fit? Is that a better fit? -1 still. Oh, this power play is going to be bad. Okay, Hagel's a winger. Kine's a... Oh, wait, hold on. Can I get a... Yeah, let me get a playmaker up here. Hagel. Let me get Kine up here. Oh, Jesus. That's terrible. Never mind. You go back down here, son. What? Why is that getting bad? Why does that get so horrible? Okay. I mean, I don't want that line to get worse, for sure. Neeson, Engvall. I'm going to keep... Yeah, we're going to get McCoshen in here. Oh my gosh. The defensemen are killing me right now. Yeah, the defensemen are killing me. The defensive defensemen are killing me. I'd be better off playing forwards for chemistry than I would anything else. So, puck skills, McCoshen, you go in there. I mean, we're just gonna have to deal. Oh, that's a bad power play, folks. But hopefully the penalty kill's good. Glendening, Gaulden, I can live with that. Hockenpah, McDermott, Stanley, and Trotman, all +1s. Let me get Trotman out of here. Get Logan Stanley in here. Still +1? Okay. Now let's flip these two guys. Alright, so +1's there. Kyra, Gaulden, Hockenpah, McDermott. Okay, so our special teams is not going to be great on this squad. If the power play gets 15%, I'd be happy. Extras, let me see. Who do I got extras? Glendening, Grachev, Gaulden. I'm going to probably leave these alone unless something bad happens. So, extra attacker, Glendening and Engvall. No, Engvall and Grachev. Let's get that rookie rolling. All right, and then goalies, we've got Carter Ingram. Ooh, this is the team I put in front of you, son. I hope I didn't hurt your development, because, woof, that's a rough team. All right, and then scratched. We could use a couple of extra guys in the AHL. I might go sign some guys once we get out there. But that kind of gives you an idea of how line chemistry works and how coaches' profiles, coaches' preferences, and player preferences kind of interact to basically allow you to create teams that could play better or play worse than their overall indicates. And this is our team. The last thing we need to do is we need to name some captains. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the way of the Vegas mold. Vegas, the Golden Knights, did not name a captain for the first, I believe, 3 years they were in existence. So I'm going to unassign, it auto-assigns players, you know, captains and alternates, which is what the A stands for. I think because he's the best player on the team based on overall, I'm going to give him an alternate captain. Adam Henrique was the first pick in our expansion draft, and he's our veteran, so he's definitely going to have an alternate. And then I feel like of the players here, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give Christopher Tanev, the alternate, because he's the veteran of this group. He's the oldest. Well, he's the oldest starter. Ben is the oldest, but I picked him up for depth. So of the starters, he's the oldest. So I'm going to give, I like to have a defenseman. I like to really have a winger, a center, and a defenseman, but I think Sorelli and Henrique kind of fit. And I'm looking at my wingers, and the only winger I might give it to would be maybe Declaro Beauvillier. And I just don't think they're worth it. So I'm going to keep the alternate on Sorelli. So we're going to not have a captain. We're going to let the captain earn their captaincy here. So it might not be a guy that's even on this roster currently. It might be a guy we end up trading for and that proves himself, you know, in the regular season. I'm not going to say playoffs because I doubt I'll make the playoffs. But I think this is going to be good for right now. And we're going to go ahead and hit done. And then at the next video, we're going to go ahead and simulate up to the regular season. Maybe sign some players. I might actually sign some players behind the scenes a little bit between episodes. Go ahead and get some player depth for the AHL, and then we will start simulating. What we'll do is we will sim a couple of games as far as the we'll go in and do a super sim where we'll kind of watch it minute by minute of the first game in Seattle Kraken history and then the first home game in Seattle Kraken history. And as I go through, what I'll do is if we get to a point in the simulation where we're tied after 3 periods, I'll actually jump into the game and we'll watch it together live and kind of see how the players play inside of the game itself. So hopefully that'll be a little bit of fun. We'll get that started with the next episode. As always, if you've got any comments, please leave them down below. If you got any thoughts or insight, leave them down below. If you're interested in this, give me a subscribe, give me a like. Looking forward to doing these video series and just kind of entertaining myself and hopefully some other folks, kind of entertaining you as far as the NHL goes and some things that maybe, especially those that are fans of Madden, might could take back to that game and hope to be in that game for franchise mode going forward. Appreciate you watching this video. Until next time, take it easy.